Hey everyone, well, it looks like we've gotten to the end of the course. Right now, I just want to give you a recap as well as some additional resources that I think are going to help you step up your game in your journey. Before we do that, I want to ask you a favor. If you found this course valuable and you've learned some new strategies and tactics that are going to push you forward, it would be really meaningful to me if you went ahead and left a review within the course dashboard so that other people who are looking to step up their business development game can find this course. I also wanted to tell you about some more resources for you to help step up your biz dev game. A lot of people are constantly asking me, hey, what are the best tools that you're using out there for staying on top of prospects, for cold emailing, for being more productive? I went ahead and created an insider toolkit, which includes my personal list of BD tools that I'm always updating that you can get at my main site, lifelonglearner.com/BD Insiders. Not only will you get the Insiders Kit, but you can also be updated with new information, presentations, ideas, and tactics that I come across all the time. This is the place to go for that. Now, let's talk about what we learned just as a quick recap. First module was all about introduction to business development and the mindset you need to take. Remember, opportunities only come if you take a shot. So you have to be fearless out there and really go for the things you want, because that is the path to creating scalable biz dev relationships. Part 2 is strategy. So we talked about whether biz dev was actually an appropriate strategy for your company and the different types of ways you might want to be going out and getting these initial partners as you grow out the biz dev channel. Part 3 was all about outreach and approaching partners. We covered how to find decision makers at companies, the best way to cold email them, and even some cold calling techniques as well to get your foot in the door to get those initial meetings and present your product to potential partners. Part 4 was about pitching. We went over the exact way to go ahead and craft a pitch, why you need to create a script, and the actual delivery of that pitch, which is absolutely important. Make sure that you take these steps before you go out and start approaching partners, because it's so important to make a very good first impression. This section will give you everything you need to go out and do that. Part 5 is about navigating the deal funnel. So at this point, you may have gotten a meeting, you may have been in conversation with partners, but you need to push that deal through the finish line so you can build that relationship that grows your company. Part 6 was about implementation and inbound opportunities. Just because you've gotten a deal inked doesn't mean that anything has really happened. Remember, it's the implementation of the relationship that grows your company that's really important. So here we talked about a couple ways to get hooks into deeper partners, a couple ways to make sure that the implementation goes smoothly, and lastly, ways that you can generate inbound opportunities so you're not having to go out and constantly knock on doors to grow your company. Eventually, you want to be in a place where everybody's coming to you for your solution instead of you going to them. So I hope you've enjoyed this course. Again, if you found it useful, it'd be great to leave a review. I'd definitely love to keep in touch with all you guys and continue to give you access to the best things that I find so you can go out there and absolutely crush it. The best place to keep in touch with me is if you go over to lifelonglearner.com/BD Insiders and enter in your email address. You will get access to the Insiders Kit as well as upcoming updates on all the new things that I'm finding, new ideas, new ways to step up your game. I also have a podcast called The Competitive Edge. If you go ahead and search for The Competitive Edge on iTunes, you'll find it. And it's basically a show where I interview some of the most successful entrepreneurs and thought leaders on how they're getting a competitive edge in their business and life. And lastly, if you want to shoot me an email, the best place is scott@lifelonglearner.com, which again is my main website. Thanks again. I really appreciate it, and I wish you the best of luck in your journey.